We're a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. Chelsea somehow take a half-time lead at 1-0. It could have been 2 if Alejandro Garnacho had his shooting boots on. Missed an absolute sitter there.
We're a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half.
By Pedro Neto down the right-hand side. Now it is absolutely imperative that Chelsea get the second goal as quickly as possible. Brentford have had chances, make no mistake about it. Keith Andrews will be wondering how his team have not scored today. Chelsea with a bit of luck, a bit of judgment, and some real quality by Joao Pedro to fire that goal in, giving us that half-time lead. And now, can we look to try and consolidate here? As it stands, Chelsea do climb up the table ahead of Brentford, but with Newcastle playing tomorrow, if they win, Chelsea will drop down back to 7th position. That's how tight the table is on the top. Liverpool with a 1-0 lead at half-time against Burnley at home. We expect them to take all 3 points, that's for sure. And it's absolutely critical that Chelsea keep pace and remain a point behind Manchester United, who had a fantastic performance against Manchester City at home. 2-0 victors. Patrick Dogu and Brian Mbeumo scoring for the home side as Michael Carrick gets his reign up and running in sensational fashion. We go through the Chelsea backline. We've seen Reece James now play as a traditional right back and have no real influence on the game. Kukurea has been very poor. The defense very shoddy. Have not been convinced by either one of Chalobah or Tosin. The midfield pairing, Enzo Fernandez, has been a lot of effort, real lack of quality. He does have the assist though. Moises Caicedo left by his lonesome. The forward areas have been lackluster to say the very least. Chelsea can improve, should improve, and in that second half we expect us to be a lot better, especially in that midfield area. It cannot continue in the same vein, that's for sure. We have to be better. I thought the likes of Janelt Yamochuk, Damsgaard and Janelt completely bossed that midfield area. The way that they popped it around us was far too easy from Chelsea's point of view. We need a bit of help there in that midfield area. Does Andre Santos come on in the midfield area? We'll wait and see. Or does Reece James just pop into the midfield area and Chelsea then play with a back three and give us a bit more balance? Again, there are solutions even without making changes. We saw this in the first half against Arsenal, didn't we? Where Chelsea struggled so much in terms of build-up, where Wesley Fofana was playing as the centre-back and Trevor Chalobah was on the right. So he just made that switch at half-time and Chelsea were a lot better. But, oh my word, Chelsea can really improve. That goal from Garnacho would have given us a bit of breathing room, but it would have been really undeserved for Brentford to go down 2-0 in the first half. But that was an absolute sitter from Alejandro Garnacho. He got away from Coyote and he could not tap it into an empty net. But the goal that we scored, courtesy of Joao Pedro, was a first-class finish, man. Absolute thumper on his left foot. I thought the likes of Schade, Damsgaard, Janelt and Igor Thiago have caused us so many problems. Again, there's no pressure on the ball when the Brentford backline have it, so they can play those channel passes with so much ease. And you see the likes of Henry making the left-hand side run and then Schade making that dart inwards to make it almost 2v2 in those situations. So it's absolutely critical that the forward areas, the forward players put pressure on the ball and not allow Brentford to be easy. And I'm looking at the Chelsea team coming out and it's the same bunch. Liam Rossinier does talk a good game, and I'm yet to really see that translate into performances here. But Chelsea in the next 45 minutes simply have to get better. There's no two ways around it.
Does talk a good game.
And once again, I'd like to thank everybody joining in the stream. I'm sorry that I had a few issues with my stream in the first half. Really hope in the second half it will be smooth sailing, not just the stream, but Chelsea's 45 minutes as well. Hi Samson, how are you doing? Hope you're enjoying the stream and the game. The game, not so much. It has been a tough watch at times. Again, could Liam Rossinier be a bit braver and bring on Josh Achimpong for Tosin Adarabioyo? He's not going to do that in the second half. I don't see him doing it at any point in this match either. Cole Palmer needs to have a better second half. He was on the periphery of things, but definitely can improve in those forward areas. Big 45 minutes coming up here at the bridge. Chelsea need to get the job done. Nothing less than a victory will do at the bridge here. We have had a nightmare December, a terrible Jan. We need a win, man. Just get it done. It could be the most ugliest of matches, but we need the 3 points considering how the league table is looking. We are off and running for the start of the second half. Chelsea getting very fortunate on a couple of occasions. Janelt coming very close to the equaliser. They could have gotten the opening goal after Chelsea making a mess at the back. Tosin nearly turning into his own net there, but Sanchez somehow saving it. And Chelsea's build out from the back. This is something that I'm going to keep a close eye on in the second half. Brentford with the full press here, something that Chelsea haven't been doing. Here's Trevor Chalobah down the right hand side, had a very iffy first half. Pedro Neto put in that brilliant ball for Garnacho right at the end of the first half. Here's Reece James. And will we see Reece in the midfield a lot more? He's making that movement immediately. Garnacho, Cucurella. Back to Garnacho. Risky pass. Oh, Caicedo does brilliantly. Wraps that pass between the lines to Cole Palmer, who switches it onto the left-hand side. Chelsea playing with a lot more confidence now. Onto the left-hand side. Garnacho has the pace. Can he keep it in? He can. He's up against Coyote. We'll be looking to make amends here. Oh, he's been easily done there. Garnacho, again, no trickery whatsoever in the wings. Immediate ball forward for Igor Thiago to chase. Look how slow Tosin is, but might have come off his arm. Tosin cannot keep pace with Igor Thiago. He's trying to be touch tight, which he needs to be. Saw him in the first half drop off on a couple of occasions, and Thiago, when he picks those one up, can be very dangerous with runners in front of him. The linesman who had flagged for offside for the Joao Pedro goal saw it being overturned, thankfully, by VAR. Coyote's sleeve playing Joao Pedro onside. And Chelsea struggling with the build-up. This is very good from Keith Andrews, man. He's employing the forward press. Reece James trying to pinch that off. Kevin Schade, throw in for Brentford. 2 minutes into the second half. Chelsea looking for an improved 45 minutes here after the first 45. Very much forgetful. Here's Collins. Him and Ayer had very little to do in terms of defensive work. Caicedo trying to nibble in. Rico Henry. Bit of panic there. Just hits that out to touch, and it's a throw in for Chelsea. We need that second goal, man. We need it as soon as possible. At 1-0, this game is nowhere near secure. Brentford have caused us so many problems. Just shows you that the league table does not lie. They're there. Full merit. Here's Tosin. And taking an age before he makes a decision. It's a pass to Cucurella. And Enzo Fernandez's positioning in the second half has to be a lot closer to Moises Caicedo. He cannot allow Moy to be by himself. Might as well. Trevor Chalobah plays the channel pass. Nicely done there to Pedro Neto, who brings that down. Beautifully done. Lovely play there by Pedro Neto. Shrugs off a challenge. Yes, Pedro Neto. Oh, that's a terrible strike. But Pedro Neto needs to release the ball down the left-hand side. He's not going to get a foul. The referee has spotted a foul from a Chelsea player instead. Pedro Neto does very well here. Now he's turned. He needs to find a pass. He's tried to go for the strike from way out. It's a poor strike. Completely off balance. Here's Collins. Hits that big switch. Beautiful pass. How about that for a first touch there from Coyote? Beautifully done. It's a pass that Chelsea have somehow managed to tackle well. Chalobah does brilliantly and now drives forward. It's 5v4 if Chelsea play this right. It's Pedro Neto down the right-hand side. He's got bodies committed in the box. Neto takes his time. When Neto takes his time, it generally makes a poor decision. And of course he does. Terrible from Pedro Neto, man. Really is a liability for us, especially with deep blocks and when players get back into position. He has absolutely no clue what to do. Oh, Cucurella uses the duel here and is through for Kevin Schade. He's one-on-one. Schade, what a save! Rob Sanchez keeps it at 1-0. Kevin Schade peels away from the challenge. Chelsea's so porous at the back. That should be 1-1. Rob Sanchez with a terrific save. Oh, this is so poor from Kukurea. He loses the duel. One pass opens us up. Reece James caught in no man's land. Shada's first touch is very good. He gets it out of his body. He has to score. James does just enough to throw him off. He gets the strike. That is tremendous from Rob Sanchez. A huge reason as to why this is 1-0. Second half hasn't been any better. 5 minutes into the second as Brentford have a ball into the box. Cleared away by Joao Pedro. Brilliant defensive header by the goal scorer. Put pressure on the ball here. Another cross into the box. Tosin at the front post clears. Garnacho doesn't look to bring that down. That's a cynical bit of play there by Alejandro Garnacho. That could be a yellow card too from Garnacho. He's got no interest in playing the ball. He just leans into Coyote, who's in the air. Always an awkward landing. Never a fan when players do that. That is very, very cynical from Alejandro Garnacho. I do not like to see that. Absolutely not. That is trying to harm and endanger your opponent. Really poor there from Garnacho as Brentford have an opportunity with the set piece. A ball whipped into the box can cause us all sorts of troubles. It's been far from convincing here from Chelsea at the bridge. Again, no pressure whatsoever. Whip ball into the box. Decent bit. Oh, Chelsea just about clear. Here's Damsgaard. Coyote's ball cleared away by Tosin. Chelsea, my word, hanging by a thread. Tosin defending the front post well, but Chelsea, my goodness me. We thought that it couldn't be worse than the first half. It has. Again, no control whatsoever. Brentford will feel that this game is there to be taken here. Not just in terms of getting a point. They can get all three if they get that goal as quickly as possible. Brilliant pass towards the far stick. Oh my word, Chelsea's far post defending is one of the worst in the league, man. Chance for a counter-attack here. Pedro Neto feeds it to Caicedo. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Sweeps the ball to Garnacho down the left-hand side. He's had no joy up against Coyote. Here's Alejandro Garnacho now. Enzo Fernandez making the run of the overlap. Finds Fernandez. Decent ball in. It's cleared away comfortably. And Brentford through the gears, move out the Chelsea press. Look at Joao Pedro, man. He's the first one to track back in midfield. Where is Enzo Fernandez? Look at him. He's so lazy. Get back into position. You're the pivot player. Fuck's sake, man. Here's Collins. Finds Rico Henry. Collins again. And calmly done here by Brentford. No pressure on the ball. Ayer taking his time. And Janelt finds Collins again. Shifts it onto the left-hand side to Henry. Here's Janelt. Clever pass there for Igor Thiago. Shields the ball away from Tosin nicely. Here's Damsgaard. Oh, the space has opened up. Clever. Oh, Chelsea get away with that one. Joao Pedro helping out defensively, but he loses out in the duel there on the right-hand side. Jensen, clever back heel. Joao Pedro again defensively saving our bacon. Well, what a save that was from Rob Sanchez to keep it at 1-0. He just felt that if Shadow scores, Brentford are going to get all 3 points. That's how critical that save was. Beautiful pass there by Jensen. Shadow does the right thing, opens his body up, looks to just slot it into the bottom corner. Sanchez pulls out a massive save. He owes us one after that performance against Arsenal. 2 goals conceded directly because of him. Look at Chelsea struggling to build out the back, man. I mean, it's been such an ominous sign, it's got to be said. It's a real head scratcher. Oh, they've worked it very well into the box here. Chance surely. Oh, my word. I think that's Cole Palmer of all people who help out defensively. Damsgaard was just looking to side foot that into the back of the net. Chelsea in the second half, I don't know how they've made this possible, but we've been worse. Can't build out the back. The midfield is porous. I mean, Liam Rossignol, yes, you've been in the building for just about a couple of weeks, or just a week rather. There is so much work to do. He's pretty much undone a lot of what Enzo Maresca kept us structurally in terms of how we were solid at the back, how we build up from the back, the midfield being close, inversion from the left back or from the right. Now playing with the back four, Chelsea looking clueless. I don't know how this changes here from Rossinier. Again, Reece James on the right hand side. He needs to invert into midfield. That midfield area is so porous from us. Again, look at how hard it is for Chelsea to build out from the back. Every time we play a long ball, we have failed. And another ball into the channel here. Garnacho does well to protect it. Might be a foul. It's a needless foul there by Ayer. Free kick for Chelsea. Alejandro Garnacho came so close to make it 2-0. I say so close with his finish so far away. But that second goal would have calmed us a lot better. But we wouldn't deserve going 2-0 at the break. That's for sure. We were nowhere near the levels. Andre Santos is coming on. When he needed help in midfield and help arrives. And Liam Rossinier handing out so many notes in this match. It's such a poor sign, which means he's not gotten us set up nicely or the players haven't taken the instructions on board. But we needed to make a change and Garnacho is going off. Right decision there as Andre Santos heads into the midfield area. He can have no complaints there, Alejandro Garnacho. A terrible performance after that brace at the bridge against Arsenal to keep us in the semi-final in the Carabao Cup. Very, very poor. Oh, this change makes no sense either. It's Fofana coming on for... I think Fofana's coming on for Tosin because Tosin has an injury. Well, Tosin and Garnacho off. I thought Joao Pedro was coming off. I mean, that would have been absolutely criminal, but just a mistake from the fourth official. Garnacho and Tosin off. Fofana and Andre Santos on. Expect to get a lot better defensively now. Again, more notes being handed out here. This is really Bush League stuff from Chelsea, man. We cannot be handing out... This is the second note that Liam Rossinier has handed out through his coaching staff to the players. You've had pre-match, you've had the first half, you've had half-time, and still Liam Rossinier is scribbling on his notepad. This is not a good look for Chelsea. Cole Palmer needs to try and bail us out here. He's had absolutely no influence in the forward areas. And Chelsea might be building with a 3 here at the back. Kukurea as the left-sided centre-back, Trevor Chalobah as the centre-back, and Wesley Fofana as the right-sided centre-back. Midfield 3 of Santos, James and Caicedo should give us a lot more in terms of muscle and beef. Our midfield has been so porous with Palmer now on the right-hand side and Pedro Neto on the left with Joao Pedro as the centre-forward with Enzo Fernandez as the number 10. Might find a bit more solidity in the side because the second half has been absolutely shocking. I mean, I thought the first half was terrible and it couldn't get worse. It has. Brentford looking so comfortable. I mean, Keith Andrews' side is just popping the ball around with so much ease. Liam Rossinier talked about how he wants away sides to fear coming to Stamford Bridge. But if this game is any indication, they have absolutely nothing to fear. Here's Collins. Finds Ayer. Rico Henry now. First time ball into the channel to Igo Thiago, who didn't make the run, but I think there was a foul spotted there by the official. Instead of Chelsea, see how much contact was made. Well, Keith Andrews feels that his side deserve at least a goal at the bridge here. If they leave empty-handed, it will be because they didn't take their chances. Still a lot of work to do in the final half an hour for Chelsea. So much work. If we escape with 3 points, we'll take it and move on. But I will not be fooled by the result. Here's Brentford again into the 60th minute. Going through the gears, shifts it onto the right-hand side. Nice bit of movement here. Cleared away by Wesley Fofana. It's a strike from distance, deflection corner. And once again, Chelsea somehow clearing the ball away. But it's just been hard work. Brentford once again making easy entries into our box. It's their 6th corner for the away side. You just feel like a goal is coming, man. Even with the changes, Chelsea have not been able to assume control. This has just been a few minutes, but you want to see that immediate impact, especially in the midfield area. Ball into the box. Easily headed away. Cole Palmer now trying to lead our counter-attack. Needs a bit of support. Look at Joao Pedro's pace here. Brilliant from Joao. He's been ignored and Palmer dwells on the ball for far too long. Not good there from Cole Palmer. He's had a forgetful hour here at the bridge. Shifts that onto the right-hand side. Once again, Brentford have the numbers. They are committing enough bodies forward. And they know that this game is there to be taken, man. If they find a goal, I believe Brentford will take all 3 points. That's how crucial it is for Chelsea to keep the clean sheet. Luck, judgment, throw bodies on the line. Everything needed. Good switch out onto the right-hand side. Just puts that into the area. Chalobah defends well, but the header goes straight to the Brentford player down the right-hand side. Janelt with the ball in. Oof, Schade does well enough there. Reece James just boots that away. Anywhere will do settings. Once again, Chelsea are not able to play out the back. There's absolutely no composure. I mean, this is a hard watch. It has not been enjoyable whatsoever. Here's Henry. Janelt. Brentford going to a back 3 here. I think they are. Janelt might be playing as that left-sided centre-back. Pushing Rico, Henry and Coyote as the wing-backs forward. I like the subtle adjustment that Keith Andrews has made to his side. He has been tactically all over Liam Rossinier. You say about experience, Keith Andrews hasn't had any Premier League experience whatsoever, but yep, he's managed 21 Premier League games. That is 120 more than Liam Rossinier. Here's Kelleher, beaten by that Joao Pedro wonder strike. Janelt with a clever pass in. Fofana. Oh, he's lost out here. Schade. Brilliantly done. Oh, Reece James goes to nick that out. The offside flag has been raised. Again, Wesley Fofana getting caught out. Another long ball forward is opening up our defense. Kevin Schade, you just feel that he's going to find the back of the net at some point in this match. Well, Burnley have equalised after Florian Wirtz opened the scoring in the first half. Andrews has made it 1-1 here at Anfield. I mean, Chelsea need all the help that we can get. Manchester United now finding new life under Michael Carrick. With 1 game a week, they will be favourites to get that Champions League spot, because you cannot underestimate how important playing 1 game a week is in terms of fitness and intensity. Getting knocked out of the cups early on might be a blessing in disguise for Manchester United. And Chelsea continue to struggle in the second half. I mean, just look at our forward play, man. It's absolutely non-existent. Shifts the ball onto the left-hand side. Reece James shows great recovery pace and composure. Oh, Wesley Fofana, what are you doing there? Far too casual. Andre Santos, beautiful pass there to Cole Palmer on the right-hand side now. Palmer, does he have the trickery to get away? He does. Beautifully done. Strong play there from Yamuchuk, but foul given. Chelsea get a bit fortunate. Cole Palmer trying to do far too much by his lonesome. Yaremchuk not happy with that decision. The linesman was in the perfect position. Cole Palmer now playing as a right winger. Did nicely to try and turn. Yep, that's a very good spot there from the official. Couple of tugs at the jersey. Palmer's got a tug as well. Just a bit clever there from Palmer in terms of the turn and trying to get away. Set piece opportunity for Chelsea. And this is a Reece James special if he have ever needed a right-footed ball to be whipped into position. Delivery has to be spot on. Here's Caicedo. Shifts it onto the right-hand side to Cole Palmer. Reece James in the half space. Could have delivered it. Chelsea looking for the angle. Now Reece James thought about the delivery. Goes with the fake instead. Chelsea keeping it short. All our set pieces have been pretty useless, it's got to be said. Haven't done anything with them. And Pedro Neto making the overlapping run. Enzo Fernandez has barely had a kick in the second half. Nice turn from the Argentine, finding Pedro Neto. Here's Caicedo's tried to force that pass. It's really poor from Moises Caicedo. Janel shifts it onto the right-hand side. Cucurella, that's so bad. What is Cucurella doing, man? I mean, his regression in the last month has to be studied. I mean, he is making the most brain-dead decisions you'll ever see. He's picked up a yellow card. I mean, you're beaten there. Just run with him. He is so lazy. Terrible from Marc Cucurella. His dip. I mean, yes, he's logged in a criminal amount of minutes in the last couple of seasons, but my word, his decision making, really, really shocking. This is such a terrible match, man. I mean, you wait all week for a Premier League game, you see midweek a few encouragements. Can we go out there, put a marker by beating Brentford comfortably? It's been anything such. I want to see less press conferences from Liam Rossinier and more work on the training ground. Yes, there's no time with the fixtures coming in thick and fast, but we have to get those ideas translated on the pitch as quickly as possible. As Brentford put the ball into the box, they win the first header there. Sanchez gathers. Collins not happy with Andre Santos. João Pedro protecting his fellow Brazilian. Chelsea players want to fight, they want to scrap, but we want to see this on the pitch here. But since the change has been made, Wesley Fofana and Andre Santos coming on, I haven't seen anything really change in terms of structure or control, and that needs to be rectified as quickly as possible. Cole Palmer has been cut an isolated figure down the right hand side. He's got no runners down the right. This just shows you that someone like Malo Gusto is going to really have to step up his game and be a presence for us on that right hand side. Reece James cannot be bombing on forward anymore. Cannot risk him having any sort of injuries. It's a goal kick. That's not a goal kick. I don't know if the foul has been given, but Liam Rossinier, having watched nearly 70 minutes of this match, if I were Liam Rossinier, I would be really, really concerned. And as a fan watching Chelsea, I am concerned. This has not been a good advert from us. It's going to be the most scrappiest of 1-0 victories, but I do not see us keeping a clean sheet, man. It's been slightly better in the second half, I say that, but Kevin Schade could have very easily made it 1-1 if not for the heroics of Rob Sanchez. Lovely turn there by Pedro Neto. Feeds the ball to Enzo Fernandez. 70th minute here. Cucurella on the overlap. Puts the ball into the box. It's cleared away. It's a corner for Chelsea. Well, that's the first coherent attack that we have put in the second half, and it's taken 25 minutes in the second half for us to put a ball into the box of some note. It's Cucurella who just puts it into the area. João Pedro nowhere near there. It's a comfortable clearance. Corner for Chelsea. Can we use set pieces to our advantage? Our set pieces have been A shower of shite, man, in this match. Again, we take it short. Here's Caicedo. Palmer. Caicedo again. And such a waste, man, with Caicedo putting in a nothing ball into the box. I mean, if that's the plan, to put the ball into the box, just do it. Do it early on. Reece James has got a much better delivery. I don't remember the last time Moises Caicedo put in a perfectly weighted ball into the air. I mean, it's just been brain-dead decision-making from our players as well. The structure bothers me. Performance has been shocking, man. 20 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Almost feels like, come on, Brentford, just put me out of my misery. But Chelsea have to hold strong. They have to weather the adversity. We find ourselves in crucial 20 minutes in the context of the season here. With Liverpool potentially dropping points, Chelsea have an opportunity to close the gap here. Well, for those tuning in live, I would love to see a few updates put in the live chat in terms of the scoreline. Very difficult for me to try and keep an eye on everything that's happening in the Premier League, but it's a corner for Brentford. Tottenham have equalised. Sunderland ahead. Corner for Brentford. Is this their 7th or 8th corner? Chelsea have somehow kept the clean sheet here at the Bridge. But the headlines will be 3 points and clean sheet. But my, oh my. Can headlines be misleading? Still a long, long way to go here. Jensen looking to whip this one into the box. And Collins just trying to showcase his physicality and trying to throw a couple of Chelsea players down. Moises Caicedo, the latest victim of the Collins shove. And the centre halves for Brentford have had such an easy game, man. Brentford wouldn't in their wildest of dreams imagine such a comfortable route at the Bridge here. Only a goal missing in what has been an outstanding performance. Again, look, it's Reece James and Moises Caicedo marking Thiago and Collins. Ball in, it's cleared away. Thankfully from a Chelsea point of view, but the second ball, Damsgaard, ball into the box again. Igor Thiago's header. It's a free header and that should be 1-1. They've had two glorious opportunities. Chelsea's defending at the far stick once again. The worst in the league. This is not a hyperbole. Brilliant ball in. Thiago leaps all over. James does not jump. That should be 1-1. And that should be Thiago's 17th Premier League goal. Two massive opportunities in the second half. First from Schade and now from Igor Thiago. Chelsea living a charmed life here. This has been a performance to forget. But we need the result. We just need the result. And the worrying thing is we've made the changes and it hasn't gotten any better. We saw our midfield being beefed up with Andre Santos, maybe Reece James coming in there, but has it made a change? Absolutely not. Brentford's so comfortable. Liam Delap is coming on and he'll replace the goal scorer, the match winner, Joao Pedro, who got his 7th Premier League goal in emphatic fashion on his weaker left foot with a thumping effort. Liam Delap needs to bring some of his energy and his link-up play. Again, a long punt forward. Delap with a touch which is easily dealt with. Chalobah with a slice clearance. A forgetful game doesn't even begin to cover this one. I mean, Chelsea, how have we regressed so much, man? December and January, 2 months have completely undone our season here, and it just feels like it's going to take a lot more time before we gel in the mold of what Liam Rossini wants us to play. I mean, that decision to sack Enzo Maresca was definitely... Oh, what a mistake that is! Chelsea nearly pitched the second. This might be a penalty, and it is. kamikaze play there from Brentford, and talk about immediate impact from Liam Delap. He closes down the player. I think it's Quiver Kelleher who's made a needless foul, and Chelsea have a pen. How fortunate for the Blues. They play out the back. They make a real mess here. Kelleher's first touch is heavy, and it's a clear pen. And out of absolutely nothing, Chelsea have an opportunity to go 2-0 up. Heavy touch there from Kelleher. He has to just clear that. He cleans out Liam Delap. He can have no complaints. And talk about immediate impact there from Delap. Penalty for Chelsea. What a time here for Cole Palmer to score for us. He's got 3 Premier League goals, if I'm not mistaken. He's got one against Brentford, scored against Everton. I'm missing one more. Well, either way, Chelsea need this one to nestle in the back of the net. Palmer, generally very reliable from the spot. It's Cole Palmer! 2-0 to Chelsea. An emphatic penalty. Cole Palmer celebrates in muted fashion as Chelsea finally have a bit of breathing room. Well, out of absolutely nothing, Brentford, talk about pushing the self-destruct button, doing that in needless fashion. Liam Rosinia can finally breathe. Good pressure applied there by Liam Delap. Fresh legs, closing people down. What an emphatic penalty that was from Cole Palmer. You're not saving that, even if you dive the right way. Andre Santos celebrated before the shot was even taken. That's how confident he was. That's a brilliant pen. Liam Rosinia with muted celebrations himself, as Chelsea finally have a bit of breathing room. We got about 15 minutes to navigate here. This game could have very easily been a completely different result. The scoreline flatters us. The clean sheet flatters us. But these are small building blocks that we'll have to take forward here. Decent ball in. Caicedo nips in. So does Andre Santos. Brilliant from Santos. And now Moises Caicedo. He's got Cole Palmer running in a central position. Caicedo's dwelling on the ball. Needs to release. And he gets robbed off the ball. Poor play there from Moises Caicedo. He needs to release quicker there. Brentford, will they have a bit of desperation to their play? Good play there from Pedro Neto. Here's Enzo Fernandez onto the left-hand side. Liam Delap has made the run. He stops now. Pedro Neto does beautifully to shimmy away. It's Pedro Neto blocked away. Neto takes a right-footed strike. It's Igor Thiago trying to isolate Trevor Chalobah. That was nicely there, and it's a throw-in for Brentford. I'm surprised Keith Andrews hasn't made more changes. Ouattara has come on. He's looked pretty bright down the right-hand side. And Damsgaard substitution for Django Ouattara. Brentford now have to go for it. Here's Collins. Henry. Good closing down there by Reece James. Palmer's first touch was decent, but immediately closed down by Jensen. Jensen, who could have scored in the first half. His effort clipping the post right towards the end of that first half. Had a couple of very good opportunities. Again, it's Igor Thiago peeling away from Trevor Chalobah. He's on the left-hand side. Fizzes the ball into the box. Oof. What a ball that was. Pedro Neto helps out defensively. Andre Santos to Enzo Fernandez. Again, I want to see Liam Rosinia in the post-match press conference. Be honest. He cannot be praising everyone, just saying good performance all round, 2-0, clean sheet, climbing up the table. No, no, no. Well, as it stands, Chelsea in 6th, but if Newcastle win tomorrow, Chelsea will be down to 7th, but the points difference now, 1 behind Manchester United, 2 behind Liverpool as it stands. Liverpool still have 7 plus stoppage time to get a victory at home against relegation fodder Burnley. Good work there by Andre Santos. Again, much needed presence in the middle. Trevor Chalobah, far too casual. Caicedo mops up. Here's Reece James on the right hand side. Finds Palmer. Lovely there from Cole Palmer. There's Enzo Fernandez. Beautiful shift there from Moises Caicedo. Finding Marc Cucurella. 10 minutes plus stoppage time remain at Stamford Bridge. Brentford score 1. We know that it's going to be a rip-roaring end to the match here. Here's Palmer. Now picking up a lot more central positions from the right wing. Chelsea just need to show professionalism here. Brentford have put in so much effort in terms of closing our players down. Rob Sanchez punts that forward. And Liam Delap trying to hold that off. Enzo Fernandez has been non-existent in the second half. Haven't seen him once as that number 10 try and thread something with a bit of accuracy and guile. On the right hand side now, here's Brentford. Still looking a threat. I mean, we are 2-0 up and I'm absolutely quaking in my boots, man. That's how terrible our performance has been. Igor Thiago could have made it 1-1 with the header. It was a free header. And with a man who scored 16 Premier League goals, you expected the ball to nestle into the back of the net. Kevin Schade early into the second half. He should have made it 1-1. But Rob Sanchez bailing us out with a clutch save. As Schade and Henry come off, and it's a double substitution by Keith Andrews. Lewis Porter and Hickey coming on for Brentford. Throw-ins. Chelsea have struggled defending set pieces. Did concede 2 of Brentford throw-in late at the Vitality Stadium. Vitality? G-Tech Stadium, I'm sorry. Vitality is the Bournemouth Stadium. Again, Collins and Fofana. Once again in a battle. Is there a yellow card coming? It is to Wesley Fofana. Wesley Fofana with a wry smile on his face. And once again, I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in live to my stream, man. Yes, I've had a few issues with the connection, and it's been a forgetful game from Chelsea's point of view, but 3 points is all I ask for. Football in. Thiago's header, not having the power, just loops safely into the hands of Rob Sanchez, and he's had a quick release here to Reece James down the right hand side. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea score another. It'll look far too comfortable on the scoreline. But we need that third. I mean, cannot afford Brentford a route back here. Trevor Chalobah, my word, when he takes that touch, it looks so shoddy, man. Needs to be better. 7 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Chelsea have had no control in this match. At no point have we really pinned Brentford back. Such has been the poor performance that we have had. Good pass into the channel. Hickey immediately into the action there. Palmer tries to help out defensively. Chelsea clear. Brentford looking to pile it on here right towards the end. James defends very well. Palmer, great feet, and he buys the foul. Cole Palmer does very well as Jensen goes at full clip and clatters into our number 10. And Cole Palmer's penalty giving us that cushion, that much needed cushion after Liam Delap closed down Kelleher. That was suicide play there from Brentford, really. Out of absolutely nothing, giving us that cushion goal. It's a double substitution here as Hato and Achimpong are coming on for Reece James and Enzo Fernandez. Liam Rossignol completely switching things up here. Again, I'm very surprised as to how we're going to be positionally, because Reece James and Josh Achimpong will be a straight swap. The captain and vice captain coming off. Josh Achimpong here. With Jeremy Jackett from Ren being linked heavily with a move to the bridge here in January. A lot of questions were asked whether or not Josh Acheampong's playing time would be sacrificed. Yes and no, because we need an overall at centre-back, man, because Trevor Chalobah and Tosin cannot be our starting centre-half going in next season. Get Jacquet to come in, bed in, try and find that partnership, because not to forget that we've got Levi Colville, who is recovering with that ACL injury. He can come on and really lend us a lot more support building out the back, because in our current iteration, it doesn't look good. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remain here at the bridge. Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer, the goal scorers, two different kinds of goals. Joao Pedro, left-footed thumper in the first half. Garnacho could have made it 2-0 right towards the end, but his effort at an empty net was comically bad. Brentford, though, they will feel how they've lost this game 2-0, will mystify Keith Andrews and his players. Good header there by Mark Cucurella. Chelsea trying to keep a bit of ball. I mean, look, our ball retention has been gnarly. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It's been so bad. Here's Hickey now. 4 minutes plus stoppage time remains. Come on, just run down the clock now. I have no interest in Chelsea playing any football now. It's far too late. You've had 85 minutes to do something. On the left-hand side, Lewis Potter. His good header there by... Oh, surely a foul there on Pedro Neto. The header there by Wesley Fofana was a good one. Jensen can have no complaints. It's another game where Pedro Neto will complete 90 minutes, and being one of our poor attackers, this is not a good sign, because we saw how Enzo Maresca just felt that Pedro Neto was undroppable. He just kept playing 90 minutes week in, week out, never dropped despite the stinkers he dropped week in, week out. And it seems that Liam Rosenior is going to follow suit here. Okay, there's no Jamie Gittins or Estevao. Estevao played 90 minutes against Arsenal, so I'm not surprised that he's been managed here. Everybody is asking the question as to why Estevao isn't starting, or why is he not on the bench. But we have to not forget, not take away from the fact that he's all but 18 years of age. He's played a criminal amount of minutes for Palmeiras last season. Chelsea need to manage him, and to Maresca and Rosenior's credit, they have done so. I mean, I get it, because Estevao is our best winger. I mean, just imagine that 18-year-old Estevao Willian, with all the money Chelsea have spent. Neto, Garnacho, Gittins, Estevao is head and shoulders our best winger. I mean, it's not even close. That's the worrying part. Here's Hickey now down the left-hand side. Wriggles away from Cole Palmer with ease. Brentford would feel that they deserve to take something away from this game, at least a consolation goal. 2 minutes plus stoppage time remain at the bridge here. Chelsea, as it stands, move into 6th position, 1 behind Manchester United, 2 behind Liverpool. Gonna have a look at their score. Have they scored at Burnley? I hope not. Ooh, it's 1-1 there. Don't want to get too carried on, because late goals at Anfield, we've been burned before. But Liverpool dropping points at home to Burnley would be a terrible result for Arne Slot. Once again, yes, it's a draw. They're not beaten. Their unbeaten run continues, but that unbeaten run should not fool the masses. Liverpool have been nowhere near the levels. Yes, they got a draw against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. They were the better side in the second half, but they didn't have a shot on goal in the entirety of the match. Here's Liam Rosenior going to begin his Premier League campaign with all 3 points. First game in charge was the FA Cup tie against Charlton. Second game at home at the Bridge in that Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, where Chelsea trailed 3-2. Would be a monumental task to go to the Emirates and get a positive result. We'll wait and see how that pans out, but that's in, I think, 4 weeks' time. Chelsea looking to waste a bit of time as final minute of normal time carrying on here. Expecting about 5 minutes of stoppage time, considering the number of substitutes that have come on and number of breaks in play. Here's Collins. Shifts it onto the right-hand side to Coyote. Yamuchuk finds the skipper. Again, Brentford needing a bit more in terms of forward thrust. Liam Delap tries to put the pressure. Achimpong with a brilliant challenge. Immediate impact from the substitute. Cole Palmer, again in a tight area. Try to just release that quickly. It's not 5, it's 7 minutes of stoppage time added on. Again, a long ball forward. There's only one man who really deserves the clean sheet today, and that's Rob Sanchez. He made that unbelievable save of Kevin Schade early into the second half. And in the first half, Tosin could have very easily turned the ball into the back of the net. But Sanchez just made sure that he kept his composure and his positioning was spot on. Some of his distribution has been at a world-class level, and I do not use the word world-class lightly. Clip pass. Again, right idea on his left foot to find Cole Palmer, but no luck on that occasion. 2 balls on the pitch here. Moises Caicedo trying to just put out some fires in the middle of the park. He's been all action. Will take time for Moises Caicedo, having missed games because of suspensions. Needs to just build up that momentum going forward. I need to see our midfield be a lot better now going forward. Chelsea looking to just secure the points now. Come on, chat. Tell me whether or not Liverpool have scored, okay? That's the only thing that I'm keeping my eyes on now. Four minutes of stoppage time played at Anfield. Still 1-1. This would be a result totally unexpected. Chelsea now battling hard to preserve their clean sheet. Challenge there by Andre Santos. He has made us a lot better in midfield. We were far too porous with Enzo and Caicedo. Well, if that's our plan going forward with Enzo and Caicedo in the pivot, Enzo Fernandez needs better instructions. He cannot be just bombing on forward, pressing the goalkeeper. I mean, your pivot players cannot be doing that. They have to keep the shape. Thiago does well. Caicedo on the stretch loses out here. Decent chance on the left-hand side, Hickey. It's cleared away by Andre Santos yet again. Andre Santos now growing in stature here late into the second half in terms of critical interceptions and blocks. Collins ventures forward here. Here's Jensen. How different would the game would have been if Jensen scored to make it 1-1 at the break. Here's Jensen. Switches it comfortably on the left-hand side. Again, neatly done. Looking for the cross into the box. Whipped in. Cleared away. Again, anywhere will do kind of defending there by Wesley Fofana. Throw in for Brentford. Once again, an opportunity to load up the box. 4 minutes plus, 4 minutes of stoppage time remain at the bridge as Brentford make yet another substitution. Keith Andrews emptying his bench too. Yamuchuk coming off. And the substitute, Donovan, takes his place. But it's not a throw-in, it's a corner for Brentford. And if they score here, this would be a grandstand finish at the bridge. Please, Chelsea, defend this. Throw your bodies into it. Whip ball into the box. Sanchez with the claim. Brilliantly done. Well, Sanchez's cross-claiming ability is at a very high level. And once again, he takes the pressure off. Chelsea just looking to run down the clock here. Liam Rossinier will have a cheeky smile on his face, but he cannot be happy with the performance. Once again, I want to see honesty from Liam Rossinier in his post-match press conference. Say that we were nowhere good enough, but we come away with 3 points and a clean sheet. And every Chelsea fan was like, yeah, he's not bullshitting us. But if he comes out there and praises everybody and says, oh, what a great performance this was, under duress, bouncing back after that loss, I would be absolutely fuming with that. Do not take fans as idiots. Please, Liam Rossinier. You speak well and you're trying to do everything right, I mean, the PR push from the media needs to slow down. I mean, Chelsea need to stop briefing the media in any capacity, because it can be very easily used against us and it can very easily come back to haunt Liam Rosenior. So keep the PR puff pieces away and let's just carry on with the football now. Cole Palmer tries to wriggle away. He wins the ball nicely. 2 minutes of stoppage time remain. Another 90 minutes for Pedro Neto. Really is concerning from us. It's a strike from distance. Wesley Fofana gets his head on it, and it's another corner for Brentford. Look at Brentford, man. They're 2-0 down and they're continuing to attack till the very last second. "90 seconds of stoppage time remain here. Hickey completely unmarked and is just wide. Sanchez at full stretch as Brentford looking for a consolation goal. And nobody closing down Aaron Hickey here. Trevor Chalobah, hands behind your back. Close him down. Terrible. Oof, that was so close, man. Any other day, Brentford leave with the result. There's no doubt in my mind. How Chelsea have escaped with a 2-0 victory, I'll never understand. Keith Andrews, he will know that he has coached at least a point. I would say all three. I really would. He has tactically dominated Liam Rosenior. Final minute of stoppage time here. Chelsea keeping the clean sheet by pure luck and Rob Sanchez. Again, burst down the right hand side. Cucurella easily outpaced. Dango Ouattara has got pace up the wazoo, as was Donovan down the right hand side. Look at Brentford, man. You can only applaud them. Fair play to them. Still attacking, still looking for the goal. This would be the final attack. Throw in taken. Could have been a foul throw. Can Chelsea caught napping here. Clip ball into the box. At the fast take. Excellent from Wesley Fofana. Danger still not averted. 97 minutes on the clock here. It's another strike. It's a brilliant block. Brilliantly done. And the referee blows the full-time whistle at Stamford Bridge. I mean, it's 2-0. I should be happy, but I'm anything but. Liam Rosenior starts off his reign as Premier League boss for the first time with a 2-0 victory. But my, oh my, have he had to work so hard for it. Rely on a lot of luck and Rob Sanchez to preserve the clean sheet. Liam Rosenior starts off with all 3 points. Yeah, then on Chelsea win, but that was a hard watch, my friend. I did not enjoy most of the game. I have to be honest. But Joao Pedro's fantastic first half goal, giving us the lead at halftime, and Cole Palmer's pen, giving us that cushion after kamikaze work by Kelleher at the back. Rob Sanchez, you are the man that deserves the clean sheet. Garnacho could have scored late into the first half, but he missed horribly wide into an empty net as Liam Rosenior starts his campaign off as league manager with all 3 points. Well, Liverpool have drawn. West Ham won. Chelsea climbing up the lead. We are 6th now. But with Newcastle playing tomorrow, if they win, Chelsea slip back to 7th. But it's 1 point behind Manchester United, 2 points behind Liverpool. We gain a bit of ground on the reigning Premier League champions. It's full time here at the Bridge. Chelsea 2, Brentford 0.